Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. The New York Jets versus Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Tonight, it's our first Monday night game of the new season, and we've got a good one coming up, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, we talk about the phrase last but not least. That qualifies here. It's the final game of Week 1 and one of the most anticipated debuts around these parts in a long time. All eyes on the new number 8, Aaron Rodgers, making his first start as a New York Jet.
And think about it, wearing number 8 despite a gracious gesture from the retired number 12 Joe Namath to wear that number. Aaron Rodgers is going to make his own way wearing his college number. And you're right about how anticipated this is. The Jets believe he's the piece to get them to the playoffs and possibly the Super Bowl.
So peel back the curtain and let the show begin here. Here we go, partner. After 244 starts in a Packer uniform, it is the first start here in New York for the newest Jet, Aaron Rodgers.
And does that mean we can all exhale now and just enjoy the show? So much buildup, so much speculation, so many of us wondering how this is going to turn out. It begins right now.
Now the second-year man back from injury, it's Breece Hall. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now here come the Bills for their first possession, led out by their 27-year-old quarterback in year 6. It's Josh Allen.
And it just feels like Allen has the Bills on the cusp of something great. Another 13-win season last year, and they're officially perennial favorites in the AFC. Behind that effort, continued excellence from one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now the new pickup from New England. This is Damian Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw, it's Allen. The throw here, right sideline, falls incomplete. So for the Bills, Charles, a lot of people see them as the favorites to unseat Kansas City, not just as AFC champions, but potentially as Super Bowl champions. You take a peek at their first month of the season, the Jets tonight, home for the Raiders next week, then at Washington, home for the Dolphins before they make the trip to London in Week 5.
And it looks like a slate that's going to challenge them, and it probably will, but it's also one that's manageable. They've got a big-time offense and a defense that's been number 1 in the league the last couple of seasons. They believe this is their year.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 41, here's second down and 2. On play action, Allen. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
First down, Harris. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster. It all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now Allen. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Well, obviously they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Harris running straight ahead. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And now they'll throw with Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. Touchdown! Dawson Knox, 26 yards. And the Bills are on the board here first in the season opener.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something, when you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Rodgers going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Here's another carry for Harris. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
On third down, here's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
No, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. We'll get this up to about the 44.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a man in for an expanded role in 2023. It's James Cook. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They hand this off to Harris. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. We also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Cook following the penalty, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Throwing now is Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. So the completion results there in 9 yards. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
And New York sent to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. Look at the big fella go. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 42 yards.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year. And this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Rodgers. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Harris. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Reggie Gilliam
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Bills are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
And the Jets set to take the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Now Hall to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now we're in a first down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Hall again on 2nd down. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. To throw is Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with 4th down and 1. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he's not going to get there. Might have even... He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. He decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with. Because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. So he stopped for no gain. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's a peek at their past draft class. And, Charles, sometimes you'll see teams that have really specific needs they want to fill. Some can just say, well, I'm going to take the next best guy available. Maybe we see a little bit of both here in this draft.
I think you're right about that, Brandon. Plenty of talent in their class this year, some of which will contribute early and some which will be called upon down the road. The GM makes the final call after all the input from the scouts and the coaches. Now it's up to the coaches to develop the guys that the GM picked.
Play action. Now it's Allen rolling to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
On second down, this is Harris. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Escaping the pressure right. That's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. There's a short one caught by Uzama. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Straight ahead is Hall. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. There's a short one caught by Uzama. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Caught. It's Wilson.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Okay, so roughing the passer, I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week one is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is, this depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Ed Oliver collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more. Chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for him so far this game.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Damian Harris and the Bills headed back out.
He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Allen now on 1st down.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah. Surprise now, a little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Allen. Flushed out right.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And out across midfield down to the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
They run with Harris. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Again, it's Harris on second down.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Harris on the draw. The tackle by Quincy Williams.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll run with Harris. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Now a first down carry for Harris. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Harris going to get it again on second down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Touchdown, Bills!
Dalton Kincaid
with his first career touchdown in his first career game, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over. To the equipment staff and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on, and as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. Allen will try to throw for it, and he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A throw over the middle taken in. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Now Rodgers.
He finds Wilson.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 14. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now Rodgers not pleased with the setup. He's going to take a timeout as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And again, it's Rodgers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Jets get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He'll buy some time, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we're out to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
97 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. 2 yards to go, second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Harris running straight ahead, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. They'll try the middle with Cook. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They hand this off to Harris. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lock behind it. Wow. This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
He's got the hook up to Lazard. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They run again with Harris, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 43, here's a second down and 6. Cook up the gut. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on third and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Third down, here's a run by Cook. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
They run again on first down. Cook. And ultimately this won't go for much, maybe a couple, but boy, he showed off that make-you-miss ability that certainly is in his arsenal.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
On second down, Cook. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They run it again with Cook. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Cook. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Cook following the penalty. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space, backers run free, but can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
And that's why that position was created. Big, powerful, strong guy who can carry the ball and plow forward. That's exactly why you have him on the field.
Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Jets are going to get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Now a 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
There's a nice play by Hall, who was hitting his stride and more, and looking like a franchise back when a torn ACL ended his rookie year at 7 games. We all saw the electricity. We felt it before he went down, though. The expectations very high for the future star here in year 2.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Ball again on second down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Hall.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The fullback dive held up short. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go. Just yet, they have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On play action, Allen. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Reggie Gilliam.
Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Bills are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And New York set to take the field.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. The Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
On the draw, it's Hall.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And a completion to Wilson.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Here's Rodgers.
And that nearly enters. Guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take it. Short, steady bursts.
Third down and 10. Again, it's Cook. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it fourth down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on fourth down, and the Jets are going to get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Rodgers will try again on second down. This is Lazard with a catch out left. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Throwing now is Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So from the 37, here's 2nd and a couple. Rodgers now to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. And award that sack to Boogie Basham.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And Pressure coming, and they got him once again. Von Miller, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not. Today, his team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. 95 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. They work now on 2nd and 9. On play action, Allen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through 1 tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there. A beautiful fake. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
2nd and 7.
Now Cook running right. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
3rd down. Here's a run by Cook.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Cook. Well, partner, that'll do it. These week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for Buffalo, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.